Welcome to Ravenshire, a town renowned for its incredible blacksmiths and talented guild workers. This is a dice placement game for 1 to 4 players in which players will take turns placing a die on the board, activating the space you place it in, drawing another die, and activating that space. This is going to be a rules teach in under 10 minutes, so I'm bound to forget or miss something. Please refer to the rulebook if you have further questions. But each player is given a set of reference cards that's really handy. It shows you what the different resources mean, it shows you the different phases of the game, and it shows you what you can do with your action tokens. So I would advise having these in front of you. All right, let's do it. After 4 seasons of play, the blacksmith with the most gold wins. You'll earn gold primarily from completing contracts, increasing your reputation, earning titles, running guilds, and market exchanges. Completing contracts requires gold, goods, and mystics, which you'll gain by placing and retrieving dice on the board, running your guilds, and operating your forge. To obtain more lucrative contracts, you'll need to increase your reputation. Notice that the number of stars on the back of each card matches the number of stars on each tier of the reputation track. To start the game, everyone rolls 3 dice. The player with the highest total die value goes first. If there's a tie, the highest individual die value is the tiebreaker. The player that goes first grabs the first player marker, and then play proceeds clockwise. Every season is split into 3 phases. There are 4 seasons in the game, and after the 4th season, the game will end. The phases are Gathering Phase, Production Phase, and then End of Season Phase. During the Gathering Phase, starting with the first player, players each take turns choosing one of their dice and placing it on the game board. The color doesn't matter. Using the chart below that space, players perform the action associated with the die's value, usually gathering resources, and then pick up another die already placed on the game board to perform a second action in the same way. The die is then placed in the guild with a matching color on their personal player board, and the player will then run that guild, collecting the depicted resources and performing the appropriate conversions listed on those guild tiles. So for this turn, placing a 4 here grants me 1 steel and 1 action token. Then I picked up a 5 from this space. For that, I receive 1 ore. The green die is then placed in the middle guild, activating that guild, and this symbol means that I get 1 good of any type. I'll take another wood. I can improve any of my guilds by adding guild tiles using the guild hall action. That can be done during your turn when you choose to place or pick up a die in this space. This will allow you to pay the cost of a guild tile and add it to your guild. Additionally, depending on the die value, you'll get a bonus good or a bonus mystic. Then all guild tiles of that color shift down and you immediately refill the space from the top of that stack. Now when I run the green guild, I will not only get 1 good of any choice, but I'll also get 2 wood. Anytime before or after taking an action in the gathering or production phase, you may use an action token to do one of the following things. You can use them to gain a contract. You can refresh an entire row of contracts and gain a new one. You can recruit a guild member by paying its cost. Or you can purchase one of the various upgrades on your personal player board by paying the cost printed on that tile. Note that this does not require an additional action token. The action tokens needed for this are already printed. As an example, I can spend 1 action token and 1 gold to improve my guild workshop, allowing more room for more guild tiles. For 2 action tokens and 1 gold, I can improve my foundry, which increases my steel bonus when I use it during the production phase. For 2 action tokens and 1 gold, I can improve my kiln, which increases my charcoal bonus when I use it during the production phase. And lastly, for 2 action tokens and 1 gold, I can improve my market exchange. The tiny anvil near the cost in this case means that you gain an immediate reputation, which you can mark on the game board. Next we move on to the production phase. This happens simultaneously. All players take their 3 dice slotted in their guilds and put them on the right side of their board into one of the 6 possible spaces for production. The first space allows you to run any guild, regardless of the color. The second space will give you 2 action tokens. The third space gives you various resources depending on the die's value. And the fourth space will give you either 2 action tokens, 1 reputation, or 4 gold depending on the die's value. The kiln will allow you to convert wood to charcoal at a 1-to-1 rate. Additionally, you'll get a bonus depending on the die's value and if it is upgraded or not. The steel foundry allows you to convert at a rate of 1 ore and 1 charcoal to 1 steel. Additionally, you'll get a bonus depending on the die's value and if it is upgraded. At any time during the production phase, players are allowed to complete 1 or more contracts. They do so by paying the costs pictured in the left side of the contract and placing it into one of 3 possible slots on the right side of their player board. These slots indicate the type of finish added to that contract. If you have the resources to do so, you can add a mithril finish to a contract by paying 2 mithril and 1 charcoal. You'll gain a bonus reputation for completing this contract with a mithril finish, and in this case, moving 1 space on the reputation track also gives you a resource of any type. By paying an additional 2 ember gems and 1 charcoal, you can add an ember gem finish. This gives you a bonus of 5 gold. But if you don't want to add a finish or can't afford one, you can always complete it without a finish and just place the contract in the middle row. After all players have completed their production phase, we move on to the end of season phase. The first step is to check for completed titles. All players who completed a title at this point receive the gold value pictured at the bottom of that title card, and then the card is turned sideways. In future rounds, if players complete a title that's already turned sideways, they will earn the secondary gold reward. Next, you prepare the main board by discarding the bottom row of guild members in the guild halls, sliding the guild tiles down, and adding a new one to each space. The season tracker is moved to the right 1 space, and the first player marker passes to the player on the left. Every player rolls 3 die they use during the production phase and keeps the results. Play continues until the end of the 4th season, at which point final scoring begins. Players can use the market exchange to convert all of their resources to gold, all action tokens become 1 gold, and add all of this gold to your final score. Whoever has the most gold becomes a new Forgemaster of Ravenshire.